Hello again. One of the things which British readers might have noticed when reading accounts of court cases in the newspapers is that it's increasingly common that the defendants or the parties to a civil action have foreign sounding names. I dare say many of us have noticed this. A lot of the time lately, though, it's not only the defendants in court whose names are unpronounceable, it's also the barristers and sometimes the judge too. Now, there has for well over a century been in this country a tradition of students coming from overseas and studying law here. Gandhi was such a one, and he qualified in London in 1891. There were only ever a small number of students like that, though. The vast majority of people studying law in Britain and qualifying as barristers were, of course, British. In the description to this video, I give a link to a list of those who qualified as barristers at Gray's Inn, which is one of the 4 inns of law in London, a week ago. Let me read out the first 10 names. Chowdhury Mohammed Jinnat Ali, Nafisa Khan, Ali Sher Kayani, Chantal Nichelle Fosha, Vicky Kelly Paul, Jasmine Kawan Jai Min, Ahalia Vijayaratanam, Kirsty Abina Siwa Korantang Adeji, Almagir Mahmoud Nazim Al Kabir, and Heidi Elizabeth Burrows. I think that's enough to give a flavour of the thing. 80% of those names are definitely not typical English, Scottish or Welsh names. This pattern is repeated across all the inns of law, and it seems that something between 60 and 80% of the barristers qualifying in recent years have come from overseas families. Of course, we see the same thing with doctors and dentists qualifying in this country as well. I'm puzzled about this. Are we to believe that white British students are simply not getting high enough grades at A-level to study medicine or law? Or can there be another factor at work, such as universities and medical schools deliberately preferring to have minorities studying for the professions? I think this may be the case because an awful lot of special programs and incentives are now on offer which are barred to white British students, even in their own country. Also in the description to this video, I give a link to an example of what I mean. It's an invitation by the Open University for young black people to apply for scholarships for a summer school about computing. Each scholarship is worth £2,700 and only black students are eligible, not white people or Asians. I've seen a lot of this lately. If I didn't know any better, I might think that a deliberate effort was being made in some academic quarters to ensure that fewer white students were able to get on courses in things like medicine and law, and a conscious attempt being made to increase the number of ethnic minorities.